Have you ever found yourself in an argument where it felt like neither side was truly listening? It's frustrating when conversations turn into shouting matches instead of constructive dialogues. So, how can you argue effectively and ensure your voice is heard? Let's explore some strategies that will help you communicate with confidence and respect. You walk into a room filled with people debating passionately. Who catches your eye? It's the person standing tall, exuding confidence. But why is that? Body language plays a crucial role. By straightening your posture, making eye contact, and using intentional gestures, you not only convey confidence to others, but also elevate your own self-esteem. So the next time you find yourself in a discussion, remember to own your space and let your confidence shine. When two people argue, both are right from their own perspective. Before diving into any debate, take a moment to ask yourself, what's my objective here? Are you trying to persuade, enlighten, or simply share your viewpoint? For instance, if you're discussing environmental issues, clarify whether you want to inspire action or just share ideas. This focus will guide your approach and help keep the conversation constructive. Imagine you're having a disagreement with a friend about weekend plans. You say, "You always choose the worst activities, and it's so frustrating." What do you think their reaction will be? They might feel defensive and shut down. Now, let's reframe that using an I statement. I feel overwhelmed when our plans don't align with what I enjoy. Can we find something we both like? This approach shifts the focus from blaming to expressing your feelings. Using I statements is crucial because they foster open communication. They allow you to share your perspective without making the other person feel attacked, which encourages a more constructive dialogue. By expressing your feelings rather than casting blame, you create a safer space for discussion and increase the chances of finding common ground. Imagine this. It's Friday, and you and your friend are debating what to do for the weekend. Your friend enthusiastically suggests a day trip to the mountains, but instead of really listening, you're already thinking about how much you want to hit the beach. When you respond with, "The beach is way more fun, let's just go there," your friend feels dismissed and frustrated. Now picture this. You take a moment to truly listen. You nod along and say, "I see that you're really excited about the mountains. What do you love most about that idea?" By engaging with their thoughts, you show that you value their perspective. Listening, really listening, can transform arguments. It allows you to grasp the other person's feelings and motivations, making it easier to find a compromise. When people feel heard, they're more likely to consider your suggestions too, leading to a plan that everyone is excited about rather than just a back-and-forth debate. Arguments can get heated. If you feel your emotions rising, take a deep breath and pause. This moment of reflection can prevent you from saying something you might regret later. For instance, if your friend raises their voice, calmly say, "I want to continue this conversation, but let's keep it respectful." This helps maintain a constructive atmosphere. Have you ever noticed how some people can effortlessly spark deeper conversations during arguments? They ask questions that really make you think, like, "What's your main concern about this issue?" Or, "How do you think this affects those who are different from us?" These thought-provoking questions can change the dynamic of a discussion entirely. Instead of just defending your position, you start to reflect on the other person's perspective and the broader implications of the topic. For instance, if you're debating the merits of remote work, instead of just arguing for or against it, someone might ask, "How do you think remote work impacts team creativity and collaboration?" By asking questions like these, you invite a more nuanced conversation. This not only helps you understand the other person better, but also encourages them to consider angles they might not have thought about before. Silence can be powerful. When someone makes a strong point, take a moment to digest it. This not only shows you're considering their words, but also gives you time to formulate a thoughtful response. For example, after they finish speaking, pause and then say, "That's an interesting perspective. Here's how I see it." This adds weight to your argument. Find common ground. Even in the midst of disagreements, there's usually a foundation of shared values waiting to be uncovered. For example, When discussing the pros and cons of a new city policy, instead of focusing on your differences, you might say, I think we can both agree that we want our community to be better for everyone. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. By acknowledging these shared values, you can ease the tension and create a spirit of collaboration instead of conflict. It's all about turning the conversation from us versus them into together we can find a solution. If you sense defensiveness, it's time to reframe the conversation. Consider this. When discussing technology's impact on jobs, instead of saying, automation will take jobs away, you might say, automation can create new opportunities for skill development. This shift not only reduces resistance, but also encourages openness to your perspective. One of the most effective skills in an argument is flexibility. If new information comes to light, be willing to adjust your stance. For example, if you're discussing healthcare and a friend presents a compelling statistic, don't dismiss it. Instead say, I hadn't considered that. Let me think about how that fits with my viewpoint. This openness shows maturity and can lead to mutual respect. Illustrate your points with relatable examples. If you're debating technology's role in education, share a story about how a particular tool helped a student succeed. Personal anecdotes can make your argument more relatable and engaging, allowing others to see the real-world implications of your points. Know when to step back. Sometimes the best move is to know when to pause. If a debate is escalating without resolution, suggest a break. Say something like, I think we both need some time to reflect. Let's revisit this tomorrow. This prevents arguments from spiraling out of control and allows for cooler heads to prevail. End on a positive note. Finally, don't forget to wrap things up positively. Even if you still disagree, express appreciation for the conversation. You might say, I really value our discussions and appreciate your perspective. This leaves the door open for future dialogues and shows that respect can coexist with differing opinions. In conclusion, arguing effectively isn't just about winning. It's about understanding, respecting, and connecting. By mastering these skills, you'll not only express your views more convincingly, but also build stronger relationships through respectful dialogue. A strong person stands up for themselves. A stronger person stands up for others. So, the next time you engage in a debate, remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share your own arguing tips in the comments below. Let's keep those conversations positive. And if you're curious about mastering the art of negotiation, check out the video linked in the description. You won't want to miss it.